After Blue Lock Chapter 240, we have now seen Real send a bid offer to Kaiser to play for them. The world's best club currently with Itoshi Sae playing there has now asked to play with Kaiser. This could very well foreshadow one of the greatest matches in history. To think that someone else would finally put a bid on Kaiser and it's not Moon Chen. This could be telling, as maybe Moon Chen wants to eventually build up Asagi to become Kaiser's replacement. They can get Asagi for much cheaper than Kaiser, and right now the world is seeing how Asagi is catching up to him, but in the eyes of the world, he is still a less valuable player, which makes sense. Many assume that Asagi is just automatically better than Kaiser, but it's still a very close matchup. We can't act like Asagi is not superior due to winning this contest of goals. It did make him Moon Chen's king currently, yes, but that doesn't mean he's just all the way better than Kaiser. They both have to look out over each other because if one slips, the other one will surely take over to win. My biggest problem with Asagi is still that he needs a duo like Hiyori or Kureno to score, whereas Kaiser doesn't need anyone. That was proven already in this game. We really have to talk about Sae. We've not seen him since the under-20 match, and he finally recognized that Japan could be changed, and with Asagi as the helm. I'm sure he went back to his club to work again on his skills because he was even shocked to get stopped by Ren. We don't know much about the Spanish Giants, but Itoshi Sae plays for them, and they're the best club in the world, so we know it's a powerful team. Through going to that team, it made Itoshi Sae want to switch to a midfielder, so we know that they have a powerful striker who's on that team that could even make Sae change his position. Many assume that it's Leonardo Luna, but I wouldn't say that as Sae plays in the under-20 league for La Real, whereas Luna is on a pro club, so why would Luna come down and crush Sae's dreams? Sae is still a new Gen 11 and one of the greatest characters we have seen in the series. I can't wait to see him again, and hopefully he plays for Japan and helps them win the World Cup. He at first wanted nothing to do with it, but I think he could change his mind now and truly see how great this team is with Asagi and Ren at the top. I'm sure Sae will be a major force in the story once again. We can see how he does after the under-20 match and just what he has improved on since that game. We still haven't seen him go all out, so once the competition is brought onto him, a fully powered Sae would be amazing. Kaiser's original plan was always to get a higher bid from another team so that he could leave Moon Chen. He always knew he couldn't overtake Nuono's team and instead wanted to get out. He now gets a chance to go to another team and become the ace. He is not concerned about that currently. Right now, all he wants to do is prove to himself that he is better than Asagi. He knew that crushing Asagi could improve his brand and allow him to flourish, but he was unable to do so, but still his value went up. I'm sure Kaiser will bounce back, and when he does, it won't be to defeat Asagi, but to go on pace and be the same scale as Asagi. Right now, he probably thinks he's worse than Asagi and doesn't consider himself worthy enough to be on another team. Still though, if you're Kaiser, I think you take this deal. Playing with the best club in the world will definitely allow Kaiser to develop even further and push into another monster. We have to see just what could possibly happen in that outcome. They are already the best club in the world, and on top of that, adding the best forward arguably in the world for under 20 as a powerhouse. Kaiser will bounce back in the PSG match and then will leave to go play for Real. Things will be getting very interesting from here on out. The big question, how does Real come into the story? Real is not in the NEL currently, and after this arc we are heading for the World Cup, so we won't see club play anymore. I'm guessing maybe after the World Cup we see club play, and that will show us the future of the players and what teams they are on. This way we can see Kaiser and Sae on the same team and Real's team actually being shown. I don't know why they would tease us with this proposition if they were to never show us what the real team was like. They have now come out of nowhere and everyone has to be talking about them. PSG was known as the gateway for successful stars and rising athletes, but what does that make this Spain's team? We know nothing about them and what their philosophy is and how they could have affected the NEL if they joined. I'm sure Real has a bigger plan into the story and we could very well see them eventually. The rest of the new Gen 11 still have to be shown and we only know 3 currently. I'm sure the rest will be introduced into the World Cup, and one is probably on PSG as well, so who knows how the story plays out. Showing Real gives me hopes that we get more arcs after the World Cup, showing league matches for clubs when the Blue Lockers sign with teams. We can then tell just how good the players will be when finally signing to a team and playing against other clubs in official games and not the NEL league rules but entertainment. Kaiser's duo being Itoshi Sae is actually really huge. We haven't seen what having a great passing duo partner can help you achieve, and for Kaiser this is phenomenal. Going from Ness to Sae is really a life-changing decision as Ness doesn't come close to Sae. I think this partnership works out very well as Sae wants to pass the ball to the best strikers of the world. Kaiser makes that case. Also at times it feels like Ness can't keep up with Kaiser due to being too emotional or not having the skill and speed to catch up. Sae was shown to have metavision as well, to scan an entire field, and Kaiser also has that. 2 metavision users once again will scale the plane. Sae also has the ego to match Kaiser's as they are both really sadistic and Sae only works with the best. He has no time for scrubs and cares about winning. This mentality, plus being on the best club in the world, currently really factors into how great this team is. Kaiser is no longer the king of Moon Chen as Asagi has taken over the team, and if Real has sent an offer to Kaiser, they more than likely want him to become the king of Real. Kaiser and Sae in the front line seems unstoppable. I don't see how this duo could ever be stopped. Realistically, who is stopping this team? I mean, we know how dangerous Sae is and how dangerous Kaiser is. With this duo, it makes no sense to not have them as the best. Real was already the best club in the world too, so now it only makes them more dangerous with Kaiser. The world understands how powerful Kaiser is and maybe also know his frustrations for wanting to get out of Munchen. He wants his own team and to become number one, and it's hard to be the best number one striker in the world. Kaiser and Sai are still under 21 though, so their club still won't be the first team, but I don't see how anyone stops this. Who knows who the striker is currently for the under 20 Real team, and he can't be better than Kaiser, who is a new Gen 11. 2 new Gen 11s on one team is insanity. I don't think any other team would have this, causing a huge imbalance in the world. Sai's passing will give Kaiser the ultimate upgrade that he needs to be the best. This was good and all, but it's not enough to top everyone. He needs someone else who's more calculated and egotistical to get him the ball to score. Someone good enough in all aspects of the game, and Sai is exactly that. Sai could use this moment with Kaiser to eventually reach Luna. Many theorize that Luna crushed his dreams of becoming a striker, so now Sai needs to work his way up as a midfielder, and Kaiser could help him reach that. I could see both players being able to make it to the first team in no time, just like how Loki did for PSG. In this case, we could see a trio of Sai, Kaiser, and Luna. Kaiser would have a better chance of dethroning Luna than he does with Noel Noah. If this is the case, it only makes sense for Real to give that offer to Kaiser and see if he can not only help Sai achieve a bigger spotlight, but also give him a chance to take down Munchen with Luna. I'm sure Luna also wants to take down Noel Noah as he's the best in the world. There's no way he wouldn't invite that challenge. Seeing how great Luna was when we seen him, he's still a big mystery to the story that we should know later on. Just how will this all play out? The NAL will soon be over and everyone will be getting ready for the World Cup. What happens after all that time? Will we see the Pro League with everyone as adults, or will we continue with the under 20 matchups and see everyone on their clubs going against each other? Either way, it will be special to see. Kaiser's ultimate goal is still to just defeat Noel Noah and Munchen. He knows that it is 100% impossible to catch up to him. He knows that his first step of his plan is completed now that he has an offer from Real. This means that he definitely will take the contract and leave Munchen, but he still has his goals of defeating Asagi. I don't see him defeating Asagi in the PSG match, and instead they will tie in goals, with Asagi leading to their ultimate matchup happening in the World Cup. During the World Cup, we can see the true power of Germany at their best, and just what those players are striving for. If Kaiser wants to defeat Munchen and Noel Noah, he will have to go through Asagi first, showcase his value. The world still values him above Asagi by a milestone, but in his head, he lost. He sees himself as no better than him. He will find his way to reach Noel Noah and defeat him to become the best in the world, and we will see how far his desires take him. I think this duo could be a match made in heaven and really an unstoppable squad. We don't know the extent of Real's team and who they are, but they are Spain, so their philosophy is all about technique and creativity. What better way for that than a player who can do it all like Sai, and a player with creative shots and an unstoppable move in Kaiser. I want to see Kaiser at his best, and this will do it. It also gives Asagi and Rin a chance to defeat Sai and Kaiser if they ever have to go down that road and face off against the two. As the series progresses, we can see who really will become the best striker in the world. Well, I thank you guys for watching the video. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll be back in the next one. Peace.